Hi, my name is Benny, and welcome to another video here on the Skizzy Ben's YouTube channel. And today we're going to go through my connection with what this channel is all about. Diecast, Hot Wheels, and the world of cars. Let's get into it. I was born in 1998 in Maryland, and cars have been with me before I could remember. I remember going into parking lots with my grandfather and naming all the cars in the parking lot. I remember sitting by the window at home, watching cars drive by. Something in my brain was interested in these machines, and diecast was just another part of that.
I gave Benny his first cars when he was about 18 months old. I took him to the KB Toys that was in the shopping center near our house, and they had some bins right up front and they were on sale for 79 cents. So I bought him I think I bought like 18 cars, but I just gave him maybe 6 to start off with when we got home, and see if he would play with them, and put him on the floor in the kitchen, and he just was in love with them. He just loved them so much, I just couldn't hold back on giving him more cars. And so I don't think it was probably a day or two before he had all 18 cars.
All I needed was a box of cars in my imagination, and I could lose myself for hours.
Well, when he played with cars in the townhouse, he'd play in, we had kind of a kitchen sunroom area, and he would push the cars all around the floor through the whole area, but he would always park the cars in parking lots and correctly park them. Even though he was only about 2 years old, he would make parking lots and have the cars come out of the parking spaces and drive around and find a new spot, and or he would make incredibly long lines of cars all driving together.
Car shows, parking lots, highways. As a kid, I was replicating what was on the road. My collection reflected that, and lots of realistic Hot Wheels and Matchbox cars that fit into these niches. But then, one movie changed everything for me. On my 6th birthday, I received a Hot Wheels World Race DVD set. From that moment, I watched that DVD. My diecast life would forever change. Hot Wheels World Race brought my cars to life. It gave characters to life who would drive these fast cars. The cars were tricked out fast and high-tech. The story was cutting edge, and it just felt cool. This is what made me not just love cars, but Hot Wheels. I started to play Hot Wheels games such as Hot Wheels Stunt Track Challenge, and I started noticing that the cars I was adding to my collection were different. They were the Hot Wheels fantasy cars. Instead of playing with Camaros, Mustangs, Volkswagen buses, and service vehicles, I was playing with cars like Overboard 454, Side Draft, Slingshot, and Silhouette 2. I wanted to know which car was the fastest, which car was the strongest, which car could jump the highest. I started to build Hot Wheels tracks, and watching my cars come to life going through loops, jumping off ramps, shooting through boosters, sparked my creativity even more.
He was starting to use trick tracks a lot. So, and he liked making some videos. He would spend his whole afternoon constructing the longest trick track and see how many different stunts he could have happen in a row without any of them messing up. He would sometimes have his trick tracks go from the top of his bunk bed, out his room, down the hallway and down the stairs to the first level of the house. So just really big on mostly doing stunts.
At this time, I started to go online and I found the Hot Wheels website and later YouTube. I found early Hot Wheels YouTube, which I would just watch for hours on end. Track videos, collection videos, opening parties, I watched it. And not only did I watch it, I wanted to be a part of it. Although my first videos didn't really get any views, and I didn't know how to do even the simplest of edits, there was something that was so exciting about uploading a new video and being a part of a greater community. When I got a bit older into middle school, I transitioned from someone building tracks and racing to being more of a collector. I had a wall full of cars in the package, and I would go to the store and buy cars that I would love to drive in real life. Eventually, life pulled me away from being a consistent collector. As for a lot of teenagers, societal pressures of them to leave their childhood behind and start a life that they maybe aren't ready for. However, behind closed doors, someone else in my household was in the prime of his childhood.
So when we were younger, Ben would always be in the basement with his cars. Originally we had a playroom and it was a bunch of messy buckets of cars pretty much, and there must have been over 2,000 cars in there. I remember playing car soccer with Ben. We would play that. That was really fun. That was a good memory when I was younger. We'd also use some of the cars that were like dinged up, and we'd like crash them into each other, obviously just being like kids and stuff. But overall, there's like a million things I can name, million games we played with thousands of Hot Wheels cars we had in the basement, and it was all really fun when I was growing up.
My brother would bring home new cars and I would trade some of my old sealed collection for them just so I would have something new for my collection. In 2016, I needed a new part-time job, and I got a job at Toys R Us for the summer before moving to university. I was able to put out Hot Wheels on the pegs, and there I saw some of the new castings that were coming out, and I just couldn't resist anymore. I bought new castings like Night Shifter, Driftsta, and the 2017 Ford GT. These castings got me hooked again, and I was back being a Hot Wheels collector.
But then I think when I was in maybe early middle school or elementary school, he's 9 years older than me, I remember the playroom got completely redesigned by him, and he added shelves in and organized every single car he had.
Life changes as you get older, and in 2016 I moved to Long Island, New York. My first time leaving my hometown. In university, diecast became an escape from school, work, or any other stresses. I would go to the pegs and thrift stores multiple times a week looking for the latest cases. When life changed, diecast was what kept me connected to my younger self. Then in 2021, I made another major life decision and I moved to Jacksonville, Florida. Once again, diecast stuck with me. Every Monday evening, I had a route of about 9 stores I would go looking for the newest product. And eventually, I had 7,500 cars. That's when I decided I needed to make a change. I had met my then girlfriend, now wife, and she had a quote that stuck with me. If it doesn't bring you joy, give it to somebody who will bring joy too. Therefore, I cut my collection down eventually over the years, selling, donating, and giving away my collection gradually. It's gotten to a point where now my core collection is only about 1,200 cars.
When I first met my husband, he told me about his hobby of collecting Hot Wheels. We were in a long-distance relationship then, and one day he surprised me with a care package that included one of his favorite cars, the Nissan Skyline R32. When we finally met in Singapore, we went Hot Wheels hunting together. We visited several stores, including Toys R Us, and found a super treasure hunt car. Seeing how excited he was made me appreciate his hobby even more. Since then, whenever I go to a mall, I always stop by the toy section to look for Hot Wheels. Now that we have our own home, I gave him the spare room to display his collection. I love looking at his cars, especially the pink ones and the vintage classics. When he started his YouTube channel, I was so excited for him because I knew he would do great. I love hearing him talk about something he's passionate about, and I'm so proud of how far he's come.
But here's the catch. I still love diecast just as much, even though my collection is just a fraction of what it used to be. I have traveled all over the world and observed how diecast is enjoyed in lots of different countries. And we are all a part of a universal hobby that bonds and connects us, no matter where we're from. In 2024, I decided to start planning to begin this YouTube channel. We've been able to build an incredible platform on YouTube and spotlighting the aspects of the hobby that we love. I'm blessed to have a wonderful Discord that has over 150 members so far who are as passionate about this hobby as I am. I have been able to be a part of a community that is a lot larger than myself and connect with a lot of amazing creators. And these creators have stories of their own, and I'd love to share their stories with you now.
I wish I could sit here and tell you that I had this grand tale of how I got into Hot Wheels collecting, but my story is pretty straightforward. I basically, since I came out of the womb, I've had a Hot Wheels car in my hand. Growing up, it wasn't just something I enjoyed, it was an obsession. And it was something that I could always count on to distract me from, whatever was going on at school, or like bullying, or just whatever hardships I might have been going through at the time. It wasn't even solely about the cars at the time. It was just everything surrounding the brand in general. It was more than just a hobby for me, even back then. It was basically my entire life. It was the most important thing to me as a kid, besides, my mom and dad. I owe a lot to the Hot Wheels brand for a multitude of reasons, but the main one being just the memories that I've made with it. And the fact that those memories I made as a child were powerful enough that they were the catalyst for me reigniting my love of dumb toy cars as an adult. And it ultimately led to me creating my YouTube channel.
Growing up, I was fortunate to have a cooler older brother who loved cars. It ran in the family. My dad had a '68 Chevy Nova, and my brother was obsessed with cars. So pretty much from the moment I came out of the womb, a Hot Wheels car was put in my hand. Wait a second. Jarvis, enhance. Would you look at that? I grew up loving Hot Wheels all throughout my childhood, and Hot Wheels World Race and Acceleracers were definitely my favorite aspects of Hot Wheels, but I loved it all. Acceleracers would become a tether to bridge me back into Hot Wheels, into adulthood. When you go into your preteen and teenage years, you put away your toys and you grow up. But as I was getting out of my teen years, I started to get those Hot Wheels back out as my brother would take me to toy shows and diecast meets, and I would start finding World Race and Acceleracers cars for cheap prices. And I decided I would collect them, and that opened Pandora's box to a whole hobby of collecting and enthusiasm for the Hot Wheels brand as a whole, and of course introducing me to the whole community, whether it's the Acceleracers fandom or the Hot Wheels community in general. I've been an artist for pretty much all of my life. I really love cars and I really love storytelling. So when you combine them, you have my attention. And I think that's why I am specifically so drawn to Hot Wheels fantasy cars. I mean, we all love our Camaros and Skylines, don't get me wrong, but there's something about Hot Wheels' original designs that really get your imagination going. Nothing tells a story quite like those cars, and that's why those are some of my favorite Hot Wheels to this day.
Here's the thing about collecting, whether it be 164 scale, 143 scale, or whatever that means. To me, it's a way to escape reality and the way that it actually means a lot to me, where in that phase when you're becoming an adult, life gets hard, problems get worse every day. This is probably something that I could, treat myself. I'd say don't follow whatever people say. If you really want to get that piece of collection because something has inspired you from your childhood, or you're following a certain sport or a certain style that most of the cars actually have, go for it. For example, you got Power Rage from Hot Wheels Accelerator, you got the Cadillac V Series R from Mini GT, the Kyosho Corvette C5R. You also have to follow your own heart and, explore a little bit. Not because of the FOMO. I mean, sure, you can FOMO, but in a sense, you have to ask yourself if it really means something to you. That is the most important thing to curate a really damn amazing collection. So,
speed, power, performance, attitude. That's what Hot Wheels is meant to me. It's the brand identity. It's the Diora 2. I don't know, it was looking at the bottom of a Diora 2 that said 1999, that just like, hey, I was born in 1999. So those two just like went right together, and then seeing Hot Wheels World Race, and I say that Burt Wheeler and Diora 2 and diecast collecting in general is just, it's cool because you feel like you're a part of the history behind the stories.
Hot Wheels is a part of my childhood. I grew up with Hot Wheels since I was a kid. I am a 3D artist. You can see my work on my Instagram, of course, and I do make cars. I think many of cars, even the style that I do on my cars, is directly affected by Hot Wheels. Because I grew up with them, I grew up with Hot Wheels, so of course my design always have that Hot Wheels flair, I'm trying to pass the hobby as well, the love for cars, because if you love cars, the best medium for that, I think, is collecting Hot Wheels, and having a smaller version of your dream car. It's like a looping back kind of thing. When I was a kid, I played with Hot Wheels, and then I grew up. I designed cars, and my cars are inspired by my childhood, which is Hot Wheels. So it's just like a wheel. And of course, I'm passing my Hot Wheels as a childhood. I give it to my daughter to play with them, and she loves it. So we're just passing the passion to the next generation.
I was born 8 days after the debut of Acceleracers, long after the debut of World Race. I grew up raising butterflies, painting, and playing with Superhero Squad figures. Then my brother and I got the 2006 Acceleracers DVD box set. My brother and I became avid users of HotWheels.com, playing games like Color Shifters Track Action, Beast Bash Beware. He had a Hot Wheels birthday party, and I even drew a drone sweeper in an old school book. I vividly remember going out of my way to find models that I liked at yard sales, flea markets, anywhere I could locally. Slowly, as our paths individualized, we got out of Hot Wheels, him to anime, me to Lego research, archive, and documentation. Long after that, I met Accelerace at a Walmart in 2019, where he reintroduced me to the community. I was there looking for models of the Ride-On segment that were compatible with Lego figures. He was there for anything. He invited me to join Tesla's Cube, and then I traded my entire Lego collection to my brother for a shoebox bin of our childhood Hot Wheels items. Since then, it's really been a blur. To me, Hot Wheels is important history to be archived and a gateway to nostalgia. It's an art gallery where each piece has an automotive theme and is an unparalleled celebration of automotive designers.
My name is Isaiah, and I love cars. Honestly, I can't remember when I got my very first Hot Wheels car, but it had a very huge impact on me because I have been collecting my entire life. Although I can't share you the very first Hot Wheels car I got, I can share you the very first RLC car that I got. It all started about a couple of years ago. My coworker got me involved with the Hot Wheels community by going to my very first Hot Wheels convention, where I picked up the 1972 Nissan Skyline 2000 GTR. This is the membership edition, and this is a very sentimental car to me because this is what got my foot in the door with RLC. The community is my favorite part about Hot Wheels, being a Hot Wheels collector, interacting with community members. This is what I live for and I love it.
So for me, I think collecting Hot Wheels has been about like appreciating the designer's creativity, especially we know like what the designers want to think and we know what the designers want to do. I would say for me personally, the one that actually I like about the Hot Wheels the most are the designs and the original designs in particular, because it kind of makes me feel creative about what I'm trying to draw, what I'm trying to create in terms of what I was looking for in my childhood days. And one of the most significant ones is my design of my own original Hot Wheels car, which is called the Hyper LXR. In a way, you would say Hot Wheels inspired me to actually be more creative, be more appreciate of what your original design, and not to expect not everybody else will like what you like. It's a form of expressing yourself, I would say. Let me just share a few of my childhood diecast that I still have. So this is the C2 Corvette, which I got when I was very young. It was gifted to me by my uncle. So this is the Diora 2. I bought this car unknowingly because I had no idea that this car actually appeared in Accelerator or World Race. Because of buying this, I ended up appreciating more and more Hot Wheels original design. It encourages you to be more creative. That's the way.
Whenever I get a new casting, I still feel that same wonder when I was a kid. And what do I mean by that? Whenever I was in the store grabbing a new car, or if I was gifted one, I would always ask the same question. And that is, how would this car work? Like, what would it take to bring this car to life? And to this day, I still ask that question, whether it's the new castings or if it's with the castings I grew up with. I still wondered, like, how would this be built? And that always stuck to me. And this obsession has just made it to where I've made friends across the country. I mean, globally too. Made it to where I be able to sit in the car that started it all and be able to get a tour of the design center where we all send some of our cars down the loop and put our autograph on the wall.
Hey, I'm Contour Toy Cars, and for me, it all started with these two cars during my childhood, the Audi TT and the Nissan 350Z. Admiring the nicely rounded contours on these vehicles would lay a certain groundwork to what are my lifelong passions: art and automotive design. And diecast cars are the perfect marriage for these two fascinations, combining three-dimensional sculpting with two-dimensional graphics. This hobby allows me to surround myself by the total explosion of color that I call my collection, my happy place, and my pride and joy. However, adding new pieces into my collection is just one small facet to being part of this community. Because as a collector, I get to meet other incredible individuals, make new friends, make new memories, and have countless experiences thanks to these tiny works of art we call die-cast cars.
As we get older into adulthood, it's time that we pass the same passion we had to the next generation so that they can have the same connection with diecast that we were blessed to have. To everyone watching this video, thank you so much for 2,500 subscribers. I can't wait to keep making diecast content for this channel. Thank you all so much for your support, and talk to you again soon. Bye-bye now.